When we think about deadly animals, we usually imagine big predators, lions with their claws, crocodiles with their jaws, or bears with their immense power. But sometimes, danger doesn't come from size. In fact, some of the most dangerous creatures on Earth are so small that you could easily overlook them. Today, we're uncovering 5 tiny animals that could kill a human, proving that in nature, size isn't always what makes something deadly. Let's begin with the mosquito. At first glance, it looks harmless, just a small insect buzzing around on a summer evening. But mosquitoes are far deadlier than any lion or shark. By transmitting diseases like malaria, dengue, yellow fever, and Zika virus, mosquitoes kill more people every year than any other animal on Earth. In fact, over 700,000 people die annually from mosquito-borne diseases. What makes them so dangerous isn't their bite itself, but the pathogens they carry. Their tiny size lets them move unnoticed, and a single sting can deliver microscopic killers into your bloodstream. They're proof that the deadliest animals aren't always the biggest. Entire regions of the world have been shaped by mosquitoes, influencing where people can live, how societies develop, and even the outcomes of wars. Civilizations have battled against this insect for centuries, yet it continues to hold a terrifying dominance over human health. Next is the blue-ringed octopus, one of the ocean's most beautiful but lethal creatures. No larger than a golf ball, this octopus is covered in iridescent blue rings that glow when it feels threatened. Divers are often mesmerized by its beauty, but those rings are a warning sign. The blue-ringed octopus carries a venom called toxin, a neurotoxin powerful enough to kill 20 humans within minutes. It paralyzes muscles, including those needed to breathe, and there is no known antidote. Victims may remain conscious but unable to move or call for help as their body shuts down. Its size may be tiny, but its venom makes it one of the deadliest animals in the sea. Part of what makes it so alarming is how easy it is to overlook. Resting quietly in tide pools or reefs, its camouflage keeps it hidden until disturbed. A curious human who tries to pick it up out of fascination may never realize the risk until it's too late. Our third creature is the poison dart frog, a brightly colored amphibian found in Central and South America. These frogs are no bigger than a paperclip, yet their skin secretes toxins so potent that indigenous tribes once used them to coat the tips of blow darts, giving the frog its name. A single frog contains enough poison to kill 10 humans, and even touching one with bare skin can transfer lethal amounts of toxin. The bright colors of these frogs act as a warning to predators, but to humans, they often look charming and beautiful. In captivity, poison dart frogs lose their toxicity because their venom comes from the insects they eat in the wild. But in their natural habitat, they remain some of the smallest yet most dangerous animals alive. The fact that something so brightly colored and tiny can hold such destructive power is one of the most striking examples of nature's warning signals, beauty that exists not to attract, but to warn of certain death. Fourth on our list is the tsetse fly, another tiny insect that has an outsized impact on humans. Found in sub-Saharan Africa, tsetse flies feed on blood and transmit a parasite that causes sleeping sickness. This disease attacks the nervous system, leading to confusion, fatigue, and eventually death if untreated. While sleeping sickness is less common today thanks to medical intervention, outbreaks in the past have wiped out entire communities. The tsetse fly, no larger than a housefly, has shaped human history in Africa by making huge areas uninhabitable and changing patterns of settlement. Farmers, explorers, and entire civilizations have been forced to adapt to its deadly presence. Few animals demonstrate as clearly as the tsetse fly how a creature too small to notice at first glance can shape the destiny of entire regions. Finally, let's talk about the box jellyfish, one of the ocean's most deceptively simple yet lethal creatures. Transparent and nearly invisible in the water, box jellyfish drift quietly through tropical seas. Their tentacles are lined with thousands of stinging cells that deliver venom capable of stopping a human heart in minutes. Some victims die from shock before even reaching the shore. Measuring only a few centimeters to a foot in size, these jellyfish don't look intimidating, but their sting is considered one of the most painful experiences known to humans. Swimmers in areas where they live must wear protective suits to avoid even accidental contact. A brush with a box jellyfish can be fatal before help arrives. What makes them even scarier is how hard they are to see in the water. To many swimmers, the ocean looks harmless until they feel the burning lash of an unseen tentacle. In that moment, invisibility becomes the box jellyfish's deadliest weapon. What these 5 tiny animals prove is that lethality doesn't depend on size. Mosquitoes kill more people than any predator. Blue-ringed octopuses carry venom that shuts down the body. Poison dart frogs secrete skin toxins that can end life in a single touch. Tsetse flies spread diseases that reshape entire regions. And box jellyfish paralyze and kill with nearly invisible stings. They remind us that, in nature, even the smallest creatures can wield power far greater than their size suggests. And more importantly, they reveal how fragile human life is in the face of creatures that most of us would dismiss as harmless at first glance. So the next time you think about dangerous animals, don't just imagine sharks or tigers. Remember the mosquito buzzing in your ear, the glowing octopus in the reef, the tiny frog painted in neon, the buzzing fly in the savannah, and the jellyfish drifting silently in the sea. These are the little assassins of the natural world, proof that sometimes the deadliest killers are the ones you never see coming. They teach us that in the hierarchy of danger, size is meaningless. It is the hidden weapons, the toxins, the parasites, and the stealth that determine who lives and who dies. And sometimes, the creatures that barely weigh a gram can carry the greatest threat of all.